What's up guys, this is Balázs from Racing Brick. Yesterday I shared all the details of the new LEGO Technic Mustang Shelby GT500 with you. If you did not see that video, then you can watch it by clicking on the link in the top right corner. Now it's time to show you the second new Technic set from the 2022 lineup. This is the 42137 Formula E Porsche 999X Electric. On the front of the box you can see the Formula E car itself on a racetrack, the pullback logo in the top right corner, the AR experience in the bottom one, quite similar to the Mustang so far. On the back of the box you can see the rear of the race car with the exciting new panels, a small photo of the real deal and the QR code for the augmented reality app. Great news guys, as I mentioned yesterday, the beta access to the AR app was granted. Let's fire it up. So I have to emphasize again, this is a beta app, and since I only have access to the iOS version, I have to try it on my iPad Air 2, which is a pretty old device. Might not be the best for the augmented reality experience. I have to choose between the two models at this point. Let's build the Porsche first and then we can get back to the app. Let's open the box. The set has 422 pieces, the price is 99.99 euros or dollars, and it will be available from the 1st of January. We have 4 numbered bags inside, the manual, the sticker sheet, and 2 pullback motors. The manual has no information about the race car at the beginning. At the end there are some cryptic instructions for the AR app, a double shot with a real car at the LEGO variant, and a part list which is surprisingly short. Now let's start building. After the first few steps you can see one of the pullback motors added already, and this L-beam will be the key element of the trigger mechanism. This red lever also plays an important role. If we look at it from the side we can get some ideas how it will work. It is easier to demonstrate with the rear axle added. When that L-beam is not in the way, then the rear axle can rotate freely, but when it is in place, then it acts as a ratchet and does not let the pullback motor to fire until the red lever is not pushed down. Time to add the second motor, and hello, what do we have here? Come on, focus! So, this seems to be a brand new piece, similar to the smaller modified lift arm introduced earlier this year, but this time it is 5 modules long instead of 3. This one is a perfect fit for the Beagle panel fairings, a logical extension of this new part family, and I'm sure it will be very useful. If you are a flip-flop beam fan, then you will appreciate the appearance of the longer one in this set as well. I wonder when this series will get new members, they are also pretty useful. We complete the ratchet mechanism with this rubber piece that will push against the L-beam. Here's a new piece, at least a new color this time. This excellent pin connector hub is new in white. Time to add the seat, and then comes the steering wheel with a unique printed 1x1 tile on it. This set seems to have way more new pieces than the Mustang. We get some unusual support structure for the front axle, and unfortunately no steering, but it was somewhat expected. Oh, the front axle is actually located even higher than I expected. Look at the difference compared to the rear one. This is the build at the end of Bags 1. After adding some details to the rear and above the cockpit, it's time to extend the sides as well. It's great to see the new white version of these 3x7 Technic panels. It's a race car, so we've got tons of stickers everywhere. And now look at this, brand new panel fairings. The number is 60 and 61, but where are the other 59 types? I thought the modern versions only went up to 22 with some older ones also in the 20-something range, but did not see anything beyond 30. Anyway, here they are, and they look pretty cool. The closest match in shape and function is this 14-13 pair. As you see, the basic shape and the overall size is similar, although the new one seems to be a cut-down version of the older one. The pinholes at the bottom are also at a different position. A very exciting new panel, I have to say. Can't wait to test some new shapes with it. In this case, it gets a sticker and goes here, holding this flappy panel in place, and also gets connected to the structure at the rear. Oh, and if it wasn't enough, we also get them in red. Okay, I have to confess that I'm probably way more excited than I should be, but these look awesome in place. We are quickly approaching the end of the build, time to add the panels covering the front wheels. All we have left are the wheels and the red bushes, and we are done. This time the lever for the pullback function is not removable, so there are no additional steps. Here is our Formula E race car in its full glory. I have to say that I like the overall shaping more than the Mustang. It's quite complex and looks detailed enough considering the scale. The rear section is especially cool with all the new panels. I know the front and the front wheel covers are far from being realistic, but I can't see how the original shaping could have been replicated without any new special parts, so I would say it's a good approximation. The cockpit is simple but looks okay. We have the halo, all the wings and panels towards the rear, and the 2 pullback motors are also nicely integrated. The pullback function works the same way as the Mustang. With the lever down, it is a classic pullback car. Pulling the lever activates the ratchet, and we can launch the car by pushing it down. I did a couple of tests and the car is very sturdy, there's not much to lose. Now let's see a race with the Mustang. The lower piece count helps the Porsche, it wins most of the time. And it's time for the obligatory car transporter test. The scale is a nice match and they fit perfectly. Now let's take a look at the AR app. Sorry for the recording, handling the iPad is not easy with my phone in the other hand. There seems to be two types of games for the Porsche and you need a bigger open area for both of them. You need to track the floor first, and believe me, I tried this many times and I rarely made it work. It's a beta app, so I don't want to judge it at this point, but I was really unable to show you what's going on here with the Porsche. That's the best view I got. There's some sort of track where I would need to land the car in a specific area to get the points, but I was unable to maintain the tracking while I tried to put the Porsche in the proper position. The Mustang has a drag racing game. You need to place the start and the finish lines on the floor first, then you'll see a pretty cool 3D racetrack. This one looks nice. I managed to put the car in the proper position this time, and there's a warm-up burnout to do with the car where you see virtual smoke and your wheel spinning. After then comes the race, but I failed here. I was unable to launch the car, I always got a false start error. Let's assume this app will work once it's ready, but even then I don't really see the point of the whole experience. So, a little pullback history. Here are these two new licensed ones for $50. They look okay for the scale, but the only play feature is really the pullback function. We will also get two other pullbacks in 2022, the new Monster Jam trucks. In 2021 we only had two pullbacks, the first Monster Jam trucks. These are their B models actually. 2020 was different, there were two $20 pullbacks, the Dragster and the race truck, and there was another $50 pullback set, the stunt show truck and bike combo. Let's take a closer look at this one for a quick comparison. On the other hand, these new cars fit perfectly the car transporter, so let's take these vehicles from the previous years for the comparison. The Chevrolet Corvette, the McLaren Senna and the Jeep Wrangler are all licensed, and all of them share the $50 price tag. So here's one camp where the designers try to offer playable functions like steering, engine, working doors, or even some simple suspension for this price at this scale. The Corvette was born in an era where a B model was also offered, the other two did not have any. On the other side, there's this $50 pullback set with two vehicles. Actually only the bike has a pullback motor, but the truck has steering and it's a fun and playable set. And it also had a cool B model as well. And now we have these in the middle, and I'm afraid we've got less things for our money. Similar scale and license like these, pullback like these, but no extra functions, no B model, less fun and less playability. Personally, I really miss the hand-of-God steering, and the pullbacks have a huge disadvantage as you really cannot drive them backwards, apart from the lack of steering. It seems to be a small thing, but if you really want to play with them, it's a huge limiting factor, as normally you need steering and the ability to reverse on the car transporter, for example. Just try to drive the pullbacks up and down on the car transporter. It might go up in a completely straight line, but it will never come down. The only way to do it is to activate the kit mode and jump. At least it would be nice, but despite the two pullback motors, jumping is not an option at this height. The launch mechanism is something new. I cannot really judge the AR experience by the beta, but even if it works as designed, it seems to be more like a gimmick to me. So I really wish we had a little bit more of the classic Technic features. As I said in my Mustang review, if they offered an alternate version with steering and no pullback motor, then it could have been way better. So all in all, I like the scale, I like the look, I like the new parts, even the advanced pullback function is cool, but I wish they had something more to offer for the price. As always, this is my personal opinion, yours might be different, does not mean any of us is right or wrong. I can understand this new combined approach LEGO is trying to take with these sets, maybe targeting a new audience or trying to offer something different. I'm simply not the biggest fan of it. I'm sure these sets will be a great base for modding. Adding steering and the fake engine should not be a very difficult task if the pullback motors are removed. Please let me know in the comments what you think about them. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications, as these were not my last Technic reviews for December. Very exciting stuff is coming soon. You really don't want to miss that. See you next time. Bye bye.